As we get past 60, something happens quietly inside our bodies. Our bones begin losing calcium faster than we can replace it. At first, it's barely noticeable, but over the years, that steady loss can add up, leaving bones weaker, more fragile, and making everyday activities riskier. The thought of a small fall turning into a serious fracture is something none of us want to face. The encouraging news is that protecting your bones doesn't have to mean complicated treatments or relying only on supplements. In fact, some of the richest calcium sources are simple, delicious foods, many of which are overlooked. They don't just strengthen bones, they also support muscles, nerves, and even your heart, helping you stay independent and active for longer. Picture yourself bending down in the garden, walking with friends, or playing with your grandchildren, without the nagging worry of weak bones. That future is possible, and the first step starts with what you put on your plate today. In this video, we'll uncover the very best calcium-rich foods for people over 60. You'll learn about everyday staples, surprising plant-based options, and even a few hidden gems you might never have considered. And stay tuned until the end, because we'll also tackle two common myths. Is milk really the only way? And are supplements always the answer? When most people think of calcium, the first thing that comes to mind is milk. And it's true. Dairy foods like milk, yogurt, and cheese are some of the most reliable sources of calcium we have. What makes them so valuable is not just the amount of calcium they contain, but also how well our bodies can absorb it. A glass of milk or a serving of yogurt delivers calcium in a form that's easy for the body to use, often paired with protein and vitamin D, both of which also support bone strength. But here's where it gets interesting. Many seniors either avoid dairy because of lactose intolerance or simply prefer other options. The good news is that you don't need to give up on calcium if milk bothers you. Yogurt, especially Greek yogurt, is naturally lower in lactose and often easier to digest. Hard cheeses like cheddar or parmesan are also low in lactose, but packed with calcium, making them a smart choice for sensitive stomachs. Beyond traditional dairy, there's a whole category of foods that have been fortified with calcium foods that many of us already eat every day. Orange juice, breakfast cereals, and plant-based milks such as almond, soy, or oat milk are often enriched with calcium to match or even exceed the levels found in cow's milk. For people who want to cut back on dairy or simply prefer variety, these fortified foods are an easy way to keep bone health on track. Think of it this way. Every meal is an opportunity. A bowl of fortified cereal with milk in the morning, a slice of cheese with lunch, or a cup of yogurt as an afternoon snack. All of these add up throughout the day. By spreading calcium intake across meals, you give your body the best chance to absorb it effectively. And here's a little bonus many people overlook. Dairy and fortified foods often come with added vitamin D, which is essential for pulling calcium from your gut into your bloodstream. Without vitamin D, much of the calcium you eat can't do its job. That's why choosing foods that combine both is a simple but powerful step in preventing bone loss. Imagine finishing a meal and knowing you've just taken another step towards stronger bones and a steadier future. It's not about overhauling your diet overnight. It's about making small, smart choices each day. Whether you enjoy dairy or lean more on fortified alternatives, these foods are convenient, affordable, and proven to help protect your bones well into your 60s and beyond. Not everyone enjoys dairy, and some people simply can't tolerate it. That's why plant-based calcium is so important, because it proves that strong bones aren't just built in the dairy aisle. Many of the best sources of calcium grow right in the ground, and they bring along extra nutrients that protect your whole body. Let's start with beans and lentils. Black beans, chickpeas, and white beans are all good sources of calcium, while also offering fiber and plant-based protein. That means you're not only strengthening your bones, you're also improving digestion and supporting heart health at the same time. A simple bean salad or a warm lentil soup can easily become a bone-friendly meal. Then there are leafy greens, the kind of foods our parents always told us to eat. Collard greens, kale, and bok choy are standouts when it comes to calcium. Spinach also contains calcium, But here's a useful detail. It's tied up with oxalates, natural compounds that make calcium harder to absorb. That doesn't mean spinach is bad, it just means it shouldn't be your only green. By mixing spinach with kale or collards, you get the best of both worlds: variety, taste, and real calcium benefits. Nuts and seeds are another hidden powerhouse. Almonds, sesame seeds, and chia seeds pack surprising amounts of calcium in small servings. Just a handful of almonds can add meaningful support to your daily intake. Tahini, which is made from ground sesame seeds, is not only rich in calcium but also versatile. You can spread it on toast, mix it into dressings, or use it as a dip. Chia seeds, when added to yogurt or smoothies, swell into a gel-like texture that makes them filling while quietly boosting your bones. One of the most overlooked benefits of these plant-based foods is how they come packaged with magnesium, potassium, and other minerals that work hand in hand with calcium. Bones aren't made from calcium alone. They need a balance of nutrients to stay strong and flexible. Eating a mix of beans, greens, nuts, and seeds gives your body exactly that natural balance. Imagine your plate filled with colorful foods, a chickpea salad tossed with kale, sprinkled with sesame seeds, and finished with a drizzle of lemon. It's delicious, satisfying, and every bite is reinforcing the foundation of your body. These aren't exotic or hard-to-find foods. They're affordable, available at any supermarket, and easy to prepare in minutes. The more variety you bring into your meals, the more protection you give your bones. And for those who prefer to cut back on animal products, these plant-based calcium sources are proof that you can fully support bone health while following a diet that feels right for you. It's not about choosing one path or another. It's about building a flexible, sustainable way of eating that keeps you strong for the years ahead. When we think about calcium, milk, cheese, or leafy greens usually take the spotlight. But there are some surprising foods that quietly deliver a powerful dose of calcium foods many people overlook, yet they can fit into a normal diet with almost no effort. One of the best examples is fish that you eat with the bones. Canned salmon and sardines are the stars here, because their tiny bones are soft and edible. They provide a concentrated source of calcium that rivals or even beats dairy. A small can of sardines can contain as much calcium as a glass of milk. And you're also getting omega-3 fats that protect your heart and brain. It's a double benefit. Stronger bones and a healthier cardiovascular system in one meal. Adding salmon salad to your lunch or sardines on whole grain toast is a quick way to transform an ordinary snack into a bone-building powerhouse. Another surprising source is mineral water. Not all mineral waters are the same, but many naturally contain significant amounts of calcium, dissolved straight from the rocks they pass through underground. Studies have shown that calcium from mineral water is absorbed just as well as calcium from milk. That means simply swapping your usual beverage for a glass of calcium-rich mineral water could quietly boost your intake every single day. For people who find it hard to eat large portions of dairy or beans, this is one of the easiest strategies to add up those milligrams without even thinking about it. Herbs may not be the first thing you think of for bone health, but some can add meaningful amounts of calcium too. Parsley, basil, and thyme, when used generously in cooking, contribute not just flavor, but also small but steady amounts of calcium. On their own, they won't meet your daily needs, but combined with other sources, they make meals more enjoyable while giving your bones a little extra support. Imagine a salmon and bean salad sprinkled with fresh parsley and basil. You get taste, freshness, and strength in every bite. What these unexpected sources highlight is that calcium doesn't always come from obvious places. By mixing in canned fish, choosing the right mineral water, and using herbs generously, you create variety in your diet. And variety is key because it keeps meals enjoyable, helps you stick with healthy habits, and ensures your body gets the full range of nutrients it needs. Think about the freedom this brings. You don't have to force yourself into a rigid diet or rely only on a single type of food. Instead, you can build a plate that's colorful, flavorful, and filled with hidden calcium allies that work behind the scenes to keep your bones strong. Each of these little choices adds up, and over time, They create a safety net that helps protect against bone loss well into your 60s and beyond. If this has been helpful so far, I'd love to hear from you. Which of these calcium-rich foods do you already enjoy? And which ones surprised you the most? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Your experiences can inspire others who are also looking for simple ways to protect their bones. And if you'd like more practical, science-backed tips like this, please tap the like button and subscribe to Senior Wellness. Every week we break down health topics in plain language, so you always know the simple steps that really make a difference after 60 years. Your support not only helps this channel grow, it also ensures we can keep bringing you content designed to keep you stronger, healthier, and more confident every day. Now that we've covered the best sources of calcium from dairy and fortified foods to plant-based options, and even a few unexpected ones, the question becomes, how do you actually put this into practice every day? The key is balance and consistency, not perfection. Your bones benefit most when calcium is spread throughout the day in manageable amounts, rather than all at once. A simple way to think about it is to build calcium into each meal. For breakfast, you might start with fortified cereal or oatmeal topped with chia seeds and paired with a glass of milk or fortified plant-based milk. That one meal already gives you a strong foundation. At lunch, consider adding beans or lentils to a salad, or enjoy a sandwich with a slice of cheese. If you like fish, a serving of canned salmon or sardines with whole grain crackers is an excellent option. By midday, you've already covered a large portion of your daily calcium needs without feeling like you're forcing anything. Dinner is another opportunity to round things out. A plate of baked chicken or tofu with a side of steamed kale or bok choy, sprinkled with sesame seeds, combines protein and plant-based calcium in a way that's both filling and bone-friendly. And don't forget a mineral water on the side. Simple, refreshing, and quietly adding more calcium to your total. Snacks are often overlooked, but they can make a big difference. A small handful of almonds, a cup of yogurt, or even fresh fruit sprinkled with a spoonful of tahini are easy ways to boost your intake without much thought. These little additions matter because calcium is best absorbed in moderate amounts spread across the day. What ties all of this together is variety. By mixing dairy, plant foods, fish, and fortified options, you not only hit your calcium goals but also ensure you're getting magnesium, vitamin D, and protein, the partners that make calcium work better in your body. And remember, it's not about achieving perfection every single day. It's about creating patterns you can sustain so that over weeks and months your bones stay nourished and resilient. Think of it as weaving a safety net. Each meal and snack adds another thread, and together they form strong support that protects your independence and confidence as you age. By making these small, consistent choices, you're not just preventing bone loss, you're actively building a future where you can move freely, stay active, and enjoy life without limits. Before we wrap up, let's clear up two common myths about calcium that often confuse people over 60. Myth number 1. Milk is the only way to get enough calcium. This is simply not true. While milk is a reliable source, it's far from the only option. Leafy greens, beans, nuts, seeds, fortified foods, and even canned fish can provide just much or sometimes more calcium than milk. In fact, building a mix of different sources is often healthier because you get extra nutrients that work together to keep bones strong. Myth number 2. Supplements are always better than food. Supplements can play a role, especially for people who struggle to meet their needs through diet alone. But calcium from food is usually absorbed more efficiently and comes packaged with vitamins, minerals, and proteins that the body also needs. Supplements should be seen as a backup, not a replacement, and always discussed with a healthcare provider before starting. The takeaway is simple. You have many ways to meet your calcium needs. By combining everyday foods, smart snacks, and perhaps supplements if your doctor advises them, you can protect your bones without relying on any single source. Strong bones after 60 don't come from one magic food or pill. They come from small, consistent choices every day. By mixing dairy or fortified foods, plant-based options, and even hidden gems like sardines or mineral water, you're building protection against bone loss one meal at a time. If you found this helpful, please like this video, subscribe to Senior Wellness, and share your biggest takeaway in the comments. Together, we can keep building healthier, stronger routines one step at a time.